Article of Faith, number 11. We claim the privilege of worshiping Almighty God according to the dictates of our own conscience, and afford all men the same privilege. Let them worship how, where, or what they may. That's a great article of faith, and it's one of our foundational beliefs, that when it comes to worshiping God, that we shouldn't be forced to worship the way you worship, nor do we force you to worship the way we worship. But a man or a woman should be able to worship according to the dictates of their own conscience. Now, it's talking about worship, and it's talking about believing in God and worshiping in God, or not worshiping in God according to your own conscience. This is the article of faith that leads us to study religious freedom. Religious freedom is something that we fight for and defend, that we have the right to worship the way that we worship. And you have the right to worship or not worship according to the dictates of your own conscience. It's a belief that allows us to accept the way other people worship and insist that they accept the way that we worship. As we spend time this week on the church website for religious freedom, I invite you to ponder this question. If we believe in religious freedom, why does the church get involved in policies, governmental, legal policies and procedures? Why do we care? There's an answer to that question. The simple answer is because we're being led by prophets, and prophets are being led by God. But how do I explain that? How do I explain why it's important that we stand for things? That we just don't say anything goes. Anarchy is the new right. Anarchy is not the new right. There's a right and there's a wrong. Religious freedom is a part of that struggle and a part of that battle. And I would invite you to be prepared to answer that question. Why is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints involved in religious freedom? Why do we even care? Why can't just anything goes? We need to be able to answer that question, and we can. So as you study this week, look to be able to answer that, and look to be able to fight for the right to worship according to the dictates of our own conscience. It's a fundamental belief.